Myself say, the house that holds a memory of a death is the staying place of a rotted ghost.
Ruth Wilson is Lily, a live-in hospice nurse tasked with taking care of an elderly horror novelist, but who soon becomes enthralled with a potential murder mystery of her own in I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. I'm Cinematico Magnifico of AmoralCrackpot.com, and welcome to the Nightly Chill. The short and sweet of I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House is that Ruth Wilson maintains a captivating presence throughout an otherwise lifeless, uninspired, and hapless movie. The movie centers around a murder mystery and what might be a haunted house, but there is no tension, no drama, and no mystery to be found here. In fact, writer-director Oz Perkins hobbles the movie even further by spoiling its own ending early on by having Wilson, through an ever-present and wholly unnecessary narration, inform us that she does not survive the experience we're watching. Much of the movie involves Wilson slowly shuffling throughout the various rooms of the house, snooping and generally being bored out of her mind, even after strange and wholly cliched things begin to happen. She hears strange noises, she feels an eerie presence that only we the audience are fully aware of, and various little oddities that might have other people demanding be investigated immediately, rather than sheepishly putting up with week after week. The supporting cast is practically non-existent aside from a few brief scenes that require someone other than Wilson to get the wafer-thin story across. Her employer, Iris Blum, played here by Paula Prentice, is just as unnecessary as Wilson's constant purple prose narration. Prentice is little more than set dressing and a plot device to get Lily the nurse to this haunted house, but we see almost no real interaction between the two, which seems incredibly odd given that Lily is specifically a hospice nurse. The movie's glaring and nagging issues are only magnified by Perkins' directing and editing choices that drag out every shot and scene. Glacial might not be accurate enough of a description for how agonizingly slow scenes of little importance and interest play out. I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House clocks in at just under 90 minutes, but feels twice as long and has maybe some 30 minutes of material. A movie this slow, this uninteresting, this uninterested in its own material, and with a premise stretched so thin you can hear it cry out in pain, is not one I can recommend. You can follow Amoral Crackpot on Facebook and Twitter, and also be sure to leave any questions, comments, and suggestions for future reviews in the comments section below, and maybe discuss today's movie at greater length. Next time we'll be taking a look at Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, which sees Steve Carell and Keira Knightley setting out on one last road trip with the end of the world only days away. But until then, I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here.